Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Monday to you. Goose here, and welcome to STN Stock Talk with Ricky and myself. Ready to have a great week as we're in the second half of the month here, and definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully, you guys have checked us out over at stocktraders.net, free trading floor. A lot of cool widgets in there. We've talked about Tron. Please come check us out. You have any questions on what we're covering in this stock talk that Ricky and I are putting together? Please don't hesitate to join. You could tweet to us. You could send us a message through the stocktraders.net portal. I mean, it's free there, and we have a great trading community as well. So come check us out, and don't be shy to ask. We try to get involved with our community very much so, and happy to help out. Just keep in mind that Ricky and I are putting these ideas together every single day, and listen, we're doing this for you guys. So make sure you're hitting the like button if you like it. Tell your friends about it. Make sure you guys are not just following us. Use your own trading patterns and your own thoughts. We're just coming up with a couple ideas and what we're looking at today out of many ideas out there. There's a ton out there today. So please read the disclaimer and make sure you're not following us or this is not a solicitation. Make sure you check it out in the description area. And with that being said, I got a few to go over. I know Ricky does as well. So let's get right into it. Welcome back, Ricky. Great to have you, brother.
Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate you holding it down on Friday so I can handle some personal things. But I'm back. Thank God it's Monday. TGIM up in the building. Guys, let's jump right into it. I'm looking at CVM as the first one. There's not a whole lot that's gapping real big. And, typically I gravitate towards the turds that have the big gaps. This one's a lighter one, trades pretty thin. But if we get some volume on it, it is gapping up slightly this morning. I just want to go over the basics on it so that we can be prepared if there is a trade presented on it. They only had $3 million of cash at the end of March. They burn almost $1 million a month. So they do need money. The OS is 16.8 million. It looks to be about 2 million shares held by insiders. So the float's probably just shy of 15 million. They have 9.6 million warrants with an exercise price under 350. Some are as low as $1.65. There's, I think, altogether, there's close to 15 million in warrants total. Some of them are higher price orders, so I just left them out of the calculations. But the warrants are what is going to be the overhead supply that will probably squash any move that we get. But as of right now, it hasn't traded a lot this morning. I just saw that we had a bit of a gap, so I dug into it quickly. You can see the levels on the daily. I think any push up into the highs of this last run should be where we're looking at to put risk on. So anywhere around 330 to 350, I would be watching for that price action to give us what we always look for, guys, that lower high and something to risk against, okay? Next thing I'm looking at, guys, is ADOM. And really, honestly, it had a lot of volume on Friday and, probably would have been something that was on a lot of people's radars. It looked like it was going to gap up this morning. It's given most of the move back. Obviously, you got to wait till the open and see what happens. But always something to keep in mind is that this is not a micro float. 71 million OS. The float's going to be around 50 million. They had about 8 million cash at the end of March. They burned about 600,000 a month for the last quarter. Not like they're super hurting for cash either, but if you look into their warrants, not just their warrants, but also where they did their last offering, we're nowhere near it, guys. They did it back here in this last run. So the overhead supply that would kill any runs not going to come into play until right around the 200 days. So I'm just putting it on there in case the volume does continue from Friday. But as of right now, there's not enough meat on the bone for me, but I just want to keep things on watch in case they do set up, guys. The next thing I'm looking at is CMCM, and this was an earnings play. They beat on earnings, but their guidance wasn't good. And we all know that price now is going to be reflective of future expectations, right? So I really, really like this chart if it does a few things. So we've been holding that 200-day, right? But if you look at the daily, we've just been making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Building this base, this nice shelf. If we lose that 200-day and we get under, 1163 or so that I'm looking at, I think that you're going to have a lot of investors, longs, people that more of the swing trade group, that are going to have to start jumping ship and capitulate. I really think this thing could get a strong push down towards 10 if we lose that 1163 area. It doesn't mean it's all going to happen in one day. It might be something that develops over a few days, but if we hold the 200-day and then we can somehow get back over that 1287 area, the thing could really break out of this wedge that has been building. But honestly, with lowered guidance, I don't see that happening. I'm leaning more towards the short on it. So you guys know the level I'm watching. You can see right here on the chart, I've already got my alert set. If it sets up, we'll be in it. Just throw a freebie out there real quick because I noticed it when I was looking at my charts that I had been peeking at on Friday. QTNT was something that really had a real strong day, never gave a short setup, not once the whole day. It was just a grinder. I'm sure shorts were getting pinched on that, but we're really coming into this daily level here around 640. I'm going to be watching this one for a nice little fade today if it wants to set up properly. That's everything for me, guys. It's good to be back. I'm going to throw it over to Goose, see what he's got, and let's get this day cooking.
Hey, great to have you back, man. So I'm going to jump right into mine because I got a few, and then I want to throw in a couple freebie charts just for you guys to take a glance at it. I think are setting up for something maybe a little bit lighter volume, but I do want to throw them out there. I'm going to jump right into EIGR. Had this huge move over the last couple days, Thursday, Friday. I just drew a quick chart that's real easy to read for you guys, and I'm playing this strictly from a retrace point. It's right at my level right here in this 14 area. I'm going to trade it off the prior days, which is Friday's lows off this 1340 area, but I might get, started here in the 14 area for small and see how it acts off 13. But the daily itself looks really good. I love this as a retrace play. And this is, some of these slower ones and the ones that are a little bit funny looking, sometimes turn into my best trades, like, EOLS and some of the other ones. So anyway, just EIGR, just want to throw that out there. I really like this, and I like it from the long side, especially with the market possibly having a nice day today. Want to jump over to FOSL real quick. And this is my, thoughts on FOSL. I think that the FOSL this chart is just looking so good right now from the daily. And I think if we have a nice day in the market, you can see this just keeps popping up on higher low, higher low, higher low. And it's this 20 area. And I'm going to start in with a long on this thing. I'm going to use probably, one of these guides off like the 1950 area for a long. Obviously, you got plenty of areas support wise to trade off of. But I have a feeling we're getting real close for a 20 breakout. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen over the next day or two. And I like that. And but today, if we have a great strong market, I want to be in front of that. So I'm hoping this doesn't gap up. I'm hoping I get a nice entry around the prior close, 1960, 1970, use like 1950 guide, and maybe put a third size on or something like that. So I like the FOSL idea a ton. And I'll be looking at that right after the bell. I want to jump over to CAT. And I talked a little bit pre-market about, Caterpillar moving up and Deere moving up, and, what I thought about the overall thing that's going on with China as far as the agricultural thing. And I was telling a little story about the oil industry before it made its boom, and some real smart oil guys I knew and some hedge fund guys I knew, and they talking about, being involved with the equipment companies and stuff like that when this starts to turn, and which it was doing. And needless to say, same type of theory, you're looking at Caterpillar. I really like the long opportunity. Don't underestimate this because it's Caterpillar. I drew a little fib here on the pre-market action. I would love some entry around that 158 area. Maybe it's 157, but I'm going to definitely look for a long entry to join a trend today, especially with the market up. And I really like this. I think this is pretty big news for the overall markets if they sort this out with China. So I think I'm going to definitely look for Caterpillar as a long. It's already up towards 160, but I'm hoping for an entry in the 157, 158 area on some sort of pull, just imbalance or maybe a little selling or profit taking, and then a push through 160. I think this could definitely get some legs today. So I want to be all over Caterpillar. Couple charts I'm going to pull up. I was looking at this NBRV. I won't talk too much about it, but I definitely want to see NBRV came out with some news this morning. And what I was looking at with NBRV was I just want to see how it acts off the $6 level. From the long side, I'm not married to it. I'm not saying it's a good go yet, but I am going to watch NBRV this morning. A couple other ones that I pulled up this morning for pre-market talk, just a couple quick freebies is I have my eyes on IQ. I was going to actually talk about it a little bit more this morning, but I'm going to leave it at that. Just looking at the daily, you can see kind of holding this $20 level. It's up a little bit this morning. That's kind of why I wiped it off. But I think IQ is worth an eye. And also, I wanted to take a look at this PI. You can see how it's holding after that move. It's been sitting here holding this 50% retrace at 1690, and it's looking to me like it's getting real close to a leg up. Keep in mind this right here. If you can't see it, that says 250,000 shares. Really light volume, but I like to be in some of these things before the big move and before the volume spikes back up to 1 million or 2 million. So I do have my eyes on PI. So there's a couple freebies for you. Hey, looking for a great day today, guys. Remember, let's start off smart. You don't need to try to oversize yourself and whatever to get the week started. Stick with your plan. Let's have a great day. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning, and hopefully have a great day in the market today overall to help us out. So, Ricky, back to you, man.
Thanks a lot, Goose. Yeah, I love these get in early plays that Goose gives us. I mean, don't don't get too scared away by the volume, guys. The last one he gave you was EOLS. And if you don't remember it, go pull up that chart. Come on over to stocktraders.net, guys. Get yourself a plan, because without a plan, you don't have a trade. Stay safe out there. Protect your capital. Let's go out there and crush it. Peace.